この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo, and I am here for Sangatsu no Lion Season 2, Episode 6, or Episode 28 if we're going as a whole thingy, majiggy, blocky thing. Last time on Sangatsu, Rei is seeking out a way to help Hina, and I don't think he's really found one yet, but the most impactful thing, I guess, that he got from his sensei was that it's very important if Hina is capable for her to just say stop when the bullying occurs. We'll see if Rei can figure out a way to talk to her about that or put that into practice. I don't know. In any case, he has resolved himself to win a lot of shogi matches and make a lot of money. I titled the episode Purpose Beyond Self for the last episode because that's what I think it came down to. It came down to Rei realizing that... How do I put this into words? Rei realizing that he's stronger if he's fighting for someone else. Does that make sense? Like, this whole time he's been fighting in the shogi world for himself and his own survival, and now he realizes that he kind of feels this duty to repay Akari and Hina and this whole family for the things they've done for him, for being his saviors. And he expresses that to an extent to Akari when she's getting down on herself for not having the right answer, not having the right thing to say to Hina in her time of need. And it was really sweet. It was really heartwarming. And we'll see where it goes from here. Rei has dedicated himself to hardcore shogi practice, but not as an escape, but as a tool, as like a way forward and a way for him to contribute to this group of people who he cares about, which is really cool. I can't wait to see how this turns out, how this plays out, and what happens here. So, without much further ado, let's get into this episode. Season 2, Episode 6. Pull it up. And it's up. Okay, there will be multiple versions as usual. You can find picture-in-picture versions of the video with the video up here on BitChute and Mega, links in the description. And you can find, of course, the timer-based version with the full discussion on YouTube as usual. So whatever floats your boat, go there, watch the video, it's all good. If you're watching the timer-based version, there will be a beep-beep timer. It'll go boop, 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 beep. And on the beep and the green light, that's the same frame that the video starts playing on my screen. And because I haven't mentioned it in a while, I am using the Kami Season 2 Sangatsu no Lion 720p BD rip of Sangatsu. Because it's got the best subs that I've found. So if you're cool with that, cool. And if you want to sync up with the exact same version, cool. So... anything else that I want to cover? I don't think so. Let's get into it. Beep beep timer goes here. Splish splash. Oh, okay. Hell yeah. Yeah, it's so beautiful. Small world. Where's Momo? Ah, there we go. Nom nom. Yeah, not for you. Not for you. Sleepy Momo? Don't choke on that cherry. Oh, they're gone. Okay. I think you're out of commission, Momo. Right, changing room is the living room. Oh! Oh! Oh. Let's make it easier on you. And she lost again. I can't help but beat her. I'm too good at shogi. A hidden talent, eh? Hmm. She's too good for her own good. About bullying. Ah. Ah. Hmm. Wow, what a fantastic way to put it. But it does. Yeah. That's the baseball player guy that she liked, right? It's like a gunshot. Whoa. That's awesome. So they've like become friends. Hey, Takahashi, you're a cool dude. I like you. Letter. Oh, so Small World was okay. And he's just going and winning matches, right? Is that the guy you just played? Running? Okay. But only if you keep winning, right? Is he... Oh. Is he doing that thing that, that Nikaido warned him about? Ooh. Just the little kitty cat thing. A very different scream. Is she gonna listen to it and ignore Takahashi? Too worried, yeah. Aha! You fucking what? You fucking what? You fucking what? Gonna break her hand. They're all there. Oh, okay. You should be. Right in the face. Right in the face. Right in the face. Come on. Oh, darn it. Chio give you some of her lunch? Yeah. Hell yeah, it is. Oh my god. Yes, kitty cat. Good. Yeah, don't let them scare you away from something enjoyable. Yeah, it's like she's forgotten. Of course. Hmm. Wow. It won't work. But I understand. Letter. Fuck. Fuck, that was good. Hello, Sensei. What are you gonna do about this? She knows who did, but she won't say. Yeah, you were fucking wrong. But pointing fingers won't help. This entire sequence is incredible. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Who is Amano Kozue? Kozue Amano. Who art thou? Google? Google, please. Thank you. Oh! The creator of Aria. Oh! All of the Aria. And Amanchu, and Mamanchu, and Crescent Noise, and Roman Club. Okay. Okay. I really like the style. There's, how do I put it? It's got a three-dimensionality to it, I think because of the shadows. But it's most notable to me in Momo's face and hair. It's like they're solid three-dimensional objects. Not blocky, but like carved out of something. I don't know. Really cute. Super cute. Okay. Where to start with this episode? This was an interesting one because like so many Sangatsu episodes, it was at the same time like soul crushing and heartwarming. You know? Interestingly, a lot of the heartwarming stuff this episode came from Takahashi. That's his name, right? Takahashi, the baseball boy. I'm really glad that he's been brought back. I really liked his introduction as a character and sort of parallels between him and Rei as pros or wannabe pros in their respective fields. And so it was interesting to have him come back and be sort of helping Rei. Of course, he's trying to help Hina, and that's his purpose, but in a sense, he's kind of helping Rei in what Rei wants to accomplish, which is to help Hina. Does that make sense? I don't know. So that was lovely and heartwarming. And then it was also soul-crushing. The school sucks! People suck! So we open with a repeat of the extremely impactful scene from episode, I think, 4 this season. The reaching out savior scene, which is great. It definitely sets the mood for the episode. And then this first chapter is called Small World. And I'm going to take that to mean, like, I was expecting some kind of relationship that would be unexpected, right? And in this case, I think that's Takahashi coming back. But it's the whole social network cycle thing of Rei going to Takahashi's place and training his father and grandfather in shogi, and then Takahashi like give and take, you know? But also, you know, Takahashi and Hina were what, longtime friends? They were childhood friends at some point, right? No? Maybe? I don't know. Wakaranai. In any case, Small World. We start on super lighthearted, ultra cute, Momo being ultra cute, as she does. Cat's not wanting cherries because no. And then we go to Rei and Hina playing shogi. I wanted to look up handicap shogi. Oh. There is a manual that includes handicap. Following is a list of accepted handicaps from weakest to strongest. The degree of the handicap represented by the position in the list represents the difference in rank between the two players for which the handicap is appropriate. And the most significant of these is the stronger player removes his rook, bishop, both lances, both knights, and both silvers. This is called an 8-piece handicap. But in that case, he would still have his pawns, right? Yeah, I think so. So he would still have his pawns and both golds. So he's going really hard on the handicap here, and it's still not enough. That's very cute. And there's like an entire set of theory for all of the various accepted handicap shogis, which is kind of crazy. What a crazy game. Okay. First time in Hina's room, right. And she loses. And she loses. And then Ray has this like, fuck, I can't lose. He's too good. He's too good. He's bad at being bad at shogi. He's too good at shogi to teach her the way that he's been taught. And then he has this series of flashbacks of all of these people who have helped him in his shogi career, and he's just sort of realizing how skilled they are as teachers and mentors, to be able to like lower themselves to their opponent's level and help them understand stuff. It's really cool. And then he looks at Hina. Gee. And then we transition. Suddenly a lump in my throat. And I think I said it while watching it, but she's too good for her own good. There's a sadness in her eyes in this image, and it's palpable. You know? It's like, kind of a wise beyond her years sort of feeling. And then he asks. Slowly, carefully asks her if she'll tell him what's going on. And she does. There's distance between her and everyone. Everyone's grayed out. Everyone is stiff around her. Nobody wants to do with her what she did with Chiho and become the next target. Like we're at a wake. And then their loud voices. And we as the audience, we can't help but feel what Ray expressed a few episodes ago and what Hina expresses near the end of this episode. This desire to shove it in their face, to beat the shit out of them and make them see what they're doing, right? Like if only they could understand that these are like human beings that they're harming, and they're creating this whole awful hierarchy, but they won't. They can't. It won't work. And if you attack them, you just become the villain. It's not only is it not worth it, it's not worth anything. It's worse than doing nothing. And then she talks about this invisible hierarchy. And I think this was the most interesting part of the episode to me, because it's true in almost all human social groups, there will always become an emergent invisible hierarchy. And what interests me about the way that this is presented is the relationship between that hierarchy and freedom. How the higher up you are in the hierarchy, the stronger your position, the more freedom you have to laugh and speak and do whatever you want without other people looking down on you, because there's nobody to look down on you. But if you're lower down in the hierarchy, well, what choice do you have but to sit there as she, I think we show in the next scene or two. Yeah. We see all of these sort of grayed out kids amongst the popular, the sporty kids, the popular jock guys, and these girls over here probably, just sitting on their phones, reading books, heads down on the desks, trying not to be noticed, doing what Ray does, or did, doing what people do when they feel like they're excluded. Exclude themselves further. How loud you can laugh or how much freedom you're allowed in the classroom. The thing with hierarchies like this is that you can take your place if you want to. You don't have to play by the rules. But you have to be willing to accept scorn if you do decide to speak out and laugh as loud as you want. Or do whatever you want. You have to be willing to accept scorn. And I think that's, in a way, what kind of happens here with Hina and Takahashi. But it's hard to read how Hina is coming at this, especially after what was written on the blackboard and what was written on her desk. Her first response after the desk thing was to shrink back into herself, to not go to play catch with Takahashi. And then he, good dude that he is, comes after her. Hey, where are ya? Better not be wallowing in sorrow. Oh darn, that's exactly what I was doing. I also love that everything is underwater. We're continuing this visual metaphor of being underwater as like suffocating tension and an awful atmosphere. And previously it was mostly around Ray, and it was sort of self-created. Now it's actually like a room. It's like an aquarium. It's like a room full of water. In fact, I think we see a shot later of the entire school underwater. Such a hierarchy shouldn't exist, but it does. It's been there forever. When was it decided? Who decided it? Not a question that has a concise answer, I don't think. Because it's collective. The way we pick up on social cues and naturally follow them. Those with strong wills speak out, laugh as loud as they want. Those without strong wills bow their heads and try not to be noticed. But you can switch between the two. But again, you have to be willing to accept what that's going to cause. Any upset in a hierarchy, a social hierarchy, is going to cause problems for a little while. Even though we're all just human beings. Yes, but we're all different. At a wake. I love this sequence. Distanced from everybody, and then they're cackling like invading her space. And then Takahashi pops on in. Draws everyone's attention because he's popular. has her come and play catch with him. And it hurts, but it's an escape. Gives her an out and an ally, she says later. And he's right, it's so important. And there's something else here because Takahashi is part of his own hierarchy, which is separate from hers. It's a different class. But more than that, he's part of the baseball team and he's at the top, right? Kind of at the top of the hierarchy at the baseball team, from what we know. We know that he's like a star player and is being scouted for pros, right? So he's near the top of the baseball team hierarchy, if you will. And so when he steps out of that hierarchy and goes and hangs out with somebody at the bottom of a different hierarchy, his bros are like, what? So he gets, I don't know, a little bit of flack. Also because she's a girl. But if they wanted to play this in an interesting way, they could sort of try to demonstrate that when someone in the upper echelons of the hierarchy tries to help someone below, they drag themselves down. And maybe they end up meeting the middle, maybe they switch places, maybe it just doesn't work. I guess in a sense they did that earlier with Hina, because she was unnoticed, and then by stepping out to try and help Chiho, she became noticed and dropped a lot of tiers in the hierarchy down to the very bottom. So, small world, Rei going and playing with them. We see the impact that it has on Hina. Then we go to Letter. And we start with Rei accomplishing a step in his goals. He beats this guy, wins the match, is kind to him as they leave. And then once he gets outside, yes! He's very serious about it. But it's also so this entire sequence reminds me quite a bit of Rei's run and then scream in the park. Where, if I remember correctly, what was going through his head was this idea like, why isn't anybody putting in all the work that they can? Why aren't people taking this seriously? I think he had just beaten, was it the alcoholic guy? It was somebody who hadn't shown resolve or anything like that. He goes and he screams. This time he goes and he screams again, but instead of frustration or looking down on his opponents, he's not even thinking about that. He's just thinking about the path forward. And to an extent, he's doing what Nikaido warned him of before, where he's like, easy wins, we'll just do this, and this, and we'll reach my goals. So I hope that he doesn't slip into the trap of underestimating his opponents again, but he might. We'll see. In any case, it was fantastic, and I think this is a great way to show character development, to have them do similar things, but for very different reasons, and in a very different way. In this case, he goes and he shouts out a scream, right? I want to win one more match, get to the finals, and build up momentum. And he sees the little doll thing, reminder of why he's doing this. I'm not going to lose, smacks himself, and then he screams. A goal, a purpose, motivation. Hell yeah. Okay. And we're back to Hina, and there's something on her desk. Kill him! Rip him limb from limb! Beat the shit out of him! She cleans it off. Anxiety. Takahashi's here to snap her out of it. Hey, you didn't show up. Why didn't you show up? And then one of them out loud says, Ichi. You fucking what? I swear on me mum. And he recognizes her. The girl who spoke up. The red-haired one, who I think is the ringleader. Just, that's the impression that I get. That one. And he goes and talks to her. And he's so imposing. And he says something that I did not expect. He invites them to come play catch. Want to come play catch? And they're being like this, of course. Man, I was hoping he was just gonna nail her in the forehead. Oh, the catharsis would have been beautiful, but it doesn't matter. Full power throw, straight into the chain link, bends the chain link. Hell, bends the bar that's holding the chain link. Jesus. Nope, we're out of here. And he reveals that he knew Chiho, was acquainted with her, that she had shown him kindness. And this also sort of falls into the last chapter's title, Small World. Not only does he have a relationship with Hina and a relationship with Rei that all sort of combine here, but he had a past experience with Chiho and thinks that she was a kind person, which, from what we know, is absolutely correct. It's so good. It's so good. I love it. She gave me half of hers. So let's play catch anytime. Small price to pay. It's important to show them they're allies too. A very good idea, indeed. And the light comes in just a little bit. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so beautiful. And Rei sort of blames himself for the scorn that she gets for hanging out with Takahashi. But she's willing to accept that because it's worth it. The cats. The cats. There are bad people. Yes, kitty cat. Yes, there are. Yeah. Just being able to talk about her is so important. Because it's like she was never there, right? It's like she's disappeared. She again wonders, why are people like this? Because not everyone is like pure heart and soul the way you are. They're always asking me what I want to do. And here we go into the rage. And we go into this insane color palette. What do I even say about this? I don't know. I don't know, but it's an incredible sequence. But it won't work. Damn. Such a gorgeous sequence. And the music is perfect. The lines are perfect. Sent Chio a letter, and I want to. There we go. Hasn't gone back to school even after moving here. Right now she's in rehab with a counselor at a place called Heart Care Center. Chio would like to write to you, but I'm not sure she's able yet. That character animation is insane. Okay. And then we get all of these quick cuts of scenery to establish school, lockers, basketball courts, the stairwell, the board. Faster and faster. And there's this roar of kids talking that cuts. I think this is where it is. Oh, it's so good. Cuts to complete silence, whited out room. Color only on Hina and the board. And while Hina's experiencing this, and the birds scream. Instead of having Hina react in any way, we have this bird scream. And it's from complete silence to a very human scream. A shriek. Oh, it's so good. And she's just sitting there, stone-faced. How do you respond? What do you do? I'd thought that if things got tough, he could just get up and leave, the way that he always did. Respond in kind. And then the teacher comes in and realizes her mistake. She holds herself together. I have no idea. And after she says this, Light streams in from the window. Just a little flash of it. Why? Is it the teacher seeing the light? Or is it a flash of light on Hina as she does what she needs to? I don't know. This face spells it out perfectly. Oh shit. I fucked up. Yes, you did. Different flowers. You can see this tension and rage and almost disgust in the teacher. I think it's self-directed. I think it's directed at herself. It's pretty interesting. Come see me in the faculty office after class. Ray's off playing. Not just pain. No, she is full of righteous fury. Absolutely. From the pit of her stomach, right? Yeah. Her eyes are shaded. And it ends. Fantastic. Fantastic episode. All the way through. We continue exploring Hina's struggle with bullying and Ray's parallel attempt to help his savior. We keep sort of broadening the field and adding new characters to the whole struggle, in this case Takahashi, and now the teacher, who I feel is going to try to take some responsibility for this and try and fix it. But it might not go the way that she hopes it will. Because she's already proven herself somewhat ineffective to Hina. So I feel like Hina is probably not very willing to open up to her. I guess we'll see in the next episode whether this come by the counseling office thing actually happens. And if it does, how Hina deals with it. Because we've seen before when Ray was talking to his sensei, to his teacher friend, there was this sort of interlude, or this sequence, let's call it a sequence. It was all black background of kids and parents yelling at each other and leaving out the feelings of the person who was being bullied completely. So I feel that the teacher is a risk because she could create such a situation. But we'll see. What a fascinating episode. Just keeps getting better and better. Okay, I think I've run out of things to talk about. This was a great episode of a great show, as usual. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. Man, I look forward to every Sunday because I just want to watch more of this show. It's so good. So, let's do show stuff. If you liked the video, go ahead and do that. Sub if you want to. Bell if you're not getting my videos. And as usual, if you really like this content or want next week's Sangatsu a week early, you can acquire such things at patreon.com/Teeaboo. Okay? Okay. So, I've been Teeaboo. This has been Sangatsu no Lion Season 2, Episode 6, or Episode 28, if we're doing a running total. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, and I hope to catch you next Sunday in the next one. Peace.